Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw, and I'm aboard the brand new EXPLORA 1, and we're actually on the very first cruise, and I'm here again with Chris Austin, who's the Chief Sales Officer for EXPLORA Journeys. We're going to talk to Chris about this wonderful new ship and as well as what's going on with EXPLORA Journeys, and you're going to hear all about that and more on Insider Travel Report. Now, Chris, first of all, I don't know how many of these we've done, but it all led up to this, is to have a wonderful time here aboard the very first cruise. And here we are now. EXPLORA 1 has launched. And what so far from what you're hearing from both the guests and the travel advisors that have sailed, what's the reaction?
Yeah, we're actually humbled, I have to be honest with you, James, because the reaction of all of our guests, invited guests, obviously we're showcasing to our travel advisor partners, but also our paid guests, is actually uniform. It often starts with a wow. I love the design of the ship. People are seeing the European style, that cosmopolitan boutique hotel vibe that sort of does run through the ship. They also love the continuity of design, the color palette, which really creates.
You can see in the background, we're up here on the EXPLORA Lounge, and it really beautiful furniture, incredible furniture outside and in, and it really is all fits so nicely together. That is exactly what everybody I talked to said. It's a beautiful ship.
Thank you. She really, really is. And I think she's a beautiful ship because of the thoughtfulness. We're obviously bringing to fruition a passion project, a dream, the vision of our family owners, the Aponte Vargo family. Of course, we are European, headquartered in Switzerland. These are part of the foundations that you, as our travel advisor partners, should be sharing, of course, with your clients as well. Because what it's doing is it's creating a differentiated experience and, of course, really a category of our own now, whereby guests can truly enjoy something a little bit more cosmopolitan, certainly European, but really casual, elegant, sophistication, really at the highest level.
With some pretty darn good food too, so that's another story. But from what we actually had a lot of travel advisors on this voyage, and their reaction was the same. They think it can sell this, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. There's some fantastic testimonials going out there, great photographs, great videos, and definitely the time is now. The time is now to obviously show your support of EXPLORA Journeys. And I've been working at this, James, for
quite a while,
over 3 years. And actually I'm not ashamed to say that anybody that is on the EXPLORA Journeys team actually signed up for maybe the hardest job in the industry. After all, we've been intangible, we had a story, we had a brand that nobody knew. What we do have though is a great vision, a great passion behind everybody, and great commitment, and of course the commitment of our family owners, and they're the MSC group. And something we were talking about earlier, I think we also should never forget to tell and share with clients, is the financial stability of the MSC group. Very, very important. This ship, she's stunning because literally no corners were cut. You're looking and standing in a 500 million euro ship that only has a capacity of around 900 guests.
It is amazing, and it really does show that value. And of course, I think it's a tribute to you. For the last 3 years, you've sold something that didn't exist until now.
I know, and we're still standing, and we are very, very proud. As I started to say, we're humbled. We are, because we're getting very constructive feedback, which is what we want, but we're getting no negative feedback, and that is actually what is humbling. And of course, the positives are just amazing.
Well, let's talk about you personally. What do you like about this ship? What are the features that really have stood out to you when you walked aboard? I mean, you've obviously seen a bit and pieces of it when it was under construction, but here it is. It's finished. What are on the final stages? What do you think? What do you like?
It's a little bit like he's asking me to name my favorite child, isn't he? But the ship is stunning right through, as we've shared. I do love my suite. It's the largest lead-in suite in the industry at 377 square feet. 35 square meters, and the Italian daybed on the terrace is spectacular.
I guess you've been using that a little bit.
Well, I actually, for 30 minutes, in the last 7 days, 30 minutes, and I literally did fall asleep. And when I woke up, the sun was shining, and we were at sea, and it was beautiful. But I do have some favorites. The lobby is incredible. The lobby, when you stand in the lobby, You're surrounded by this amazing retail space, 4 of the finest watch manufacturers obviously in the world, including Rolex. But also on the other side of the lobby, we've got the Journey, which is our own retail space, curated with amazing artisans, actually. Very, very unique products that we're offering. Of course, if people forget things, we have all of the toothpaste, the toothbrush. People don't need to worry about that. But the lobby itself gives you a real feel that you're inside a boutique hotel. And people just love it. And then, of course, we've got our great restaurants. I said continuity of design runs through the entire ship, but each restaurant has its own personality. If you're in Fil Rouge, you've got that French International, but it's more of an elegant...
It's one of my favorites, I got to tell you. The Fil Rouge was really outstanding. In any other ship, it would be your marquee restaurant. It is a marquee restaurant, but you can just walk in.
Yep, there's no reservations required in Fil Rouge, and we don't want anybody, James, thinking that because a restaurant requires a reservation, it's better than another. That's not the case. It's all down to size. Basically, all the restaurants are just like you'd find in your own hometown. And you'll have your favourite. Med Yacht Club, which is adjacent to Fil Rouge, is very Mediterranean, and it actually feels like you are in your own yacht, curated by a family. You've got memorabilia everywhere. You've got pictures that actually tell a story, and you can sit there and think, wow, I'm looking at the cousins sort of, in Saint-Tropez on their yacht or something. You can really sort of, let those stories come to mind. But lots of lounges, lots of bars. One of the favourite spaces of our guests this week has actually been the Malt Whiskey Bar, which
I wonder why.
Yeah,
just behind us, actually.
It is just behind us, and the best malts in the world, from Japanese to Scottish, Irish, and of course American bourbon, etc. But a really beautiful space. So, for me, the entire ship is stunning. But yes, we have a few favourites. You love Fil Rouge, of course.
I like Fil Rouge. I thought I had a great steak in Marble and Co., and I had some wonderful Asian food in Sakura. Exactly. So I've actually been there for lunch and dinner, and then tonight I haven't tried it yet. I'm going to Anthology.
Yes. Chef Muralasi, who's a 3-star Michelin chef, runs his own restaurant, of course, owns his own restaurant on the Adriatic coast of Italy, and he's transformed Anthology. That's what it's all about, is basically bringing that restaurant to our ship. His number 2 is actually operating, and of course they've got their own team of chefs, and it really is it's a memorable, actually, to quote our head of culinary, Frank Garringer, it's a souvenir. You collect a souvenir when you go to Anthology with the memory you have.
Well, I'm looking forward to collecting that souvenir tonight. It's going to be great. This is the last night of the cruise. Now, and of course, you have great entertainment, very different kind of entertainment. It's much more nightclub. It's all throughout the evening, a lot more singers and bands and things like that in a main space downstairs that really feels like a nightclub.
Yeah, the Journeys Lounge, actually. The Journeys Lounge is really good. It's a beautiful space, actually. Of course, we have a stage with a fantastic LCD wall there, so we can transform the space, obviously, with what we're projecting there. And then it's all lounge seating. But what we've done, we brought the bar from the back into the main space. And actually what ends up happening is you get a great atmosphere around the bar with people chatting and talking and meeting new faces, etc., and sharing their stories. And then obviously you've got all of the sort of lounge seating where, of course, we'll do table service with drinks, etc. But we want the entertainment to be a true experience, so that there's interaction, and some of the musicians could suddenly be playing in the audience, perhaps, etc. And of course we change it, lots of different themes, but really quite different, quite unique, and I think being well received, actually.
I like it. It's very different. I had to get past the old thing of, can these people stop talking next to me? But I suddenly realized it's a nightclub. Yeah. It's a nightclub. I have to accept that. And last night I went to see a pianist who just would take requests from the audience, and he was wonderful on a beautiful Steinway piano, right?
We have an official partnership with Steinway & Co., and of course we have 3 Steinway pianos. Anybody can buy a Steinway, I guess, if you have the money. But what this relationship has done is opened up full access to Steinway approved pianists. And I mean, Francesco, he's 24 or 25.
He's amazing.
He is incredible, isn't he?
He can play anything.
He doesn't use sheet music or anything. He just and he actually really makes a true experience
Yeah, it was an amazing show, and it was just such a wonderful performance there. And then you have a lot of talks around during the day. You have talks with you call them luminaries, which are very interesting about all different kind of topics, usually somewhat related to our destinations. Like the last few days, we've been having sort of talks on Iceland and things like that.
The luminaries are designed to really enhance the guest experience, especially where we're traveling to around the world. For example, yes, you've shared here we are in Iceland, and luminaries have been sharing some of the sort of stories to really enhance our stay here in Iceland. When we were in Edinburgh, the actual one of the luminaries is the brigadier who created actually the military tattoo.
And so I'd like for that talk.
Yeah, exactly. So he'll be on prior to our time getting to Edinburgh. So you can just imagine how when you're then at the tattoo, if you choose to go, how much more meaningful the experience will be having heard and all the stories from him.
Well, no, man, I guess go stay on and see that one. Well, that's right. Now, let's talk a little bit about where this ship will be sailing. The first cruise was from Copenhagen to Iceland, and we're here now. And then where are you off to next?
Yes, so we're going to enjoy, and obviously by me sharing, we have luminaries joining for our stay in Edinburgh. You obviously know we're going to be circumnavigating the UK. We'll also return through in about a month here in Iceland and Greenland as we actually go across to the Maritimes of North America. So think of fall foliage then around Canada, sailing from Quebec through to New York. We'll also then, eastern seaboard, will position in the Caribbean for Christmas and festive. We have a wonderful 14-day. It can be booked 7 and 7, but if you do 14 days, you've got all of Christmas and New Year. And now is the time that many clients are obviously starting to say, I've had my summer holidays, had my summer vacation, what will I do for Christmas and New Year? So this is a wonderful option. And then, of course, we'll be in the Caribbean till about March. We'll go through the Panama Canal. We'll offer some of the western seaboard, of course, north. And in fact, literally about a year to launching the ship, we'll actually be sailing from Vancouver to Hawaii. And again, 2 journeys, but if you take the combination, it's 18 nights back to Vancouver. You end up with 6 nights, 7 days in the Hawaiian Islands. And I'm happy to share that combination journey is the #1 most booked journey to date.
Really?
Yes.
I know your bookings are coming in fast and furious now, but it's amazing that journey in particular, which sounds amazing. I would love to do that. That sounds amazing.
I think sailing from Vancouver really allows a wonderful pre or post opportunity as well, and actually having that opportunity to really discover Hawaii and the Hawaiian Islands over 7 days is fantastic also. And of course we all know, in fact I've met some guests on here, James, their first time cruisers.
Really?
And they actually said to me, we love the sea days. Do you have any itineraries where there's more sea days?
It's these people who were closet cruisers all the time and they didn't have any idea, and now they're out in the open and they know what they like. It's amazing, right?
That's right. Well, we've introduced them to the ocean and we're offering a transformative ocean experience. They're discovering their ocean state of mind, which is what we're all doing, which of course is unique. You're going to describe that differently to how I am describing it, but to me that was a wonderful meeting I had earlier this week when they shared that.
That's amazing. Now, can you talk a little bit about the opportunities for our Travel Advisor viewers to support you and sell more Explorer journeys?
Absolutely. Well, I've said the time is now, and the time is now because obviously we've been going, I said 3 years and many of our team for 2 years selling an intangible product. We're now tangible. You can actually read, you can listen, you can watch, you can show people real photographs. So really, huge opportunity. I say we're going to be the gift that keeps on giving. Why? We actually have 6 ships, obviously, coming, including Explorer 1, but we're also the new brand, the fresh new brand, offering a differentiated experience. Not a lot of your clients will probably know about the brand, and that puts you in a very strong position. Because when you present a brand that they don't know, they're going to say to you, oh, but I don't know this brand. And you're going to basically emphasize that's exactly why they're using a travel advisor. Because you are the professionals and you obviously know what's going on in the industry. We're also, and think of my conversation about the lobby, we are more of a hotel. And and we're offering journeys, immersive journeys. So again, you could present us to all of your luxury land lovers, as I love to call them, and that really opens the opportunity up very broadly. Also, of course, present to your loyal cruisers. We're not going to be everything to everybody, but we certainly will welcome those loyal cruisers, of course, couples, solos. We have great solo fares starting at 115% up to a maximum of 175%. No 200s, because we really want credibility in our pricing, and I don't think anybody can drink or eat two people's food, so 175 is the max. But we're also equipping you with all the right programs and the right tools. So make sure you have signed on to the EXPLORA Travel Advisor Center, or you registered. Utilize the booking suite for researching and even for booking, of course. About 30% of our bookings are actually coming through that platform, the booking suite. We've also got the educational suite, we've got the marketing suite. So we have fantastic materials actually in the marketing suite. We've even got draft letters that you can use. They're all in Word, so you can actually adapt them and change them. But we've got videos to download. We've got photographs, which of course now are no longer CGIs. This is the beauty.
That's amazing.
There's no delays. We're out. We've passed that hurdle. We've got testimonials that the experience on the ship is fantastic, and so that's why I say the time is now, and with paying high commissions, no NCFs, and having the right programs to support your business, I think we're going to have a bright future long into the future, James.
And I just want to add one other thing, that you do cater to obviously couples and solos, but you can accommodate families as well here, right?
Absolutely, great point. I'm pleased you brought it up. We do have a number of of connecting suites as well. Although some families would love maybe their teenagers to be on a different deck and a long way away. But for those younger kids, we have Club Nautilus, maybe the first true luxury lifestyle brand that actually offers a children's venue, and it's spectacular. The feedback we've had from people visiting that, even without kids, just to look around, has been, wow, that's really unique. We do also have an adult-only pool called the Helios Pool, which is forward, and that's being received well. So, okay, I can bring my kids, or I know others are bringing their children, but I can also escape into my own private sanctuary. And of course, 67 plus cabanas on board, so you can find literally your own private sanctuary if you want to. But absolutely, we're owned by a family. Families are welcome.
Well, I actually sat next to a 13-year-old who was enjoying the food as much as I was the other night at a dinner you hosted, which was really, we're talking sophistication here. People who kids who do know what they're like. Yeah. Now, any other tips that you have for travel advisors so they can really grow their business by booking EXPLORA? Well,
and I'd like to go back to that lobby shot and me just saying, actually, you've got now real photographs. And I've said, open the opportunity up to those luxury land lovers, and how to do it. String everything I've just said together. Put in your newsletter a picture of our lobby, and the headline is introducing our newest preferred resort. Because every eyeball is going to land on that, not just your cruisers. And you're probably going to find you're going to get some inquiries from those luxury land lovers. My other tip is, don't tell your clients they can't do something they love. So, of course, they love staying at luxury resorts. So let's combine. Let's offer 7 nights in a luxury resort that they love, and let's include, say, 7 nights, 8 nights, 9 nights on EXPLORA 1 as well. So I think if we're smart, if we're savvy, we really can open the door as well. And really, video, here we are, making a video. Yep. Video is the most powerful media. So I suggest sending a link to a video, asking your clients to find 5 minutes perhaps, pour a glass of wine, whatever, cup of coffee, cup of tea, and ask them to watch and just immerse themselves in everything that EXPLORA Journeys is about.
Now, that's obviously great advice, and we have done some videos down in that wonderful lounge downstairs, which is really spectacular. It's the atrium, it's the heartbeat of the ship. If it's not the coffee, the cafe. What's the name?
Cafe.
The Crema Cafe. I got to remember that. Yeah. But that's where a lot of people are hanging out as well. That was a major gathering point. And then if not, it's up here, which is the Journeys Lounge. This is the EXPLORA Lounge. I say I'm still working on the names.
he clearly needs to stay an extra week because we have so much choice, so many lounges, so many bars that you do have to think where today, of course, we're preparing for afternoon tea in the Explorer Lounge.
Right.
So if you can hear a little bit of china clanking, we're laying for afternoon tea.
I haven't had that yet.
Well, you must do it. I invite you to try.
I have had so much great food here. I don't know if I could. That's going to be interesting. Now, let's talk about what's next for Explorer Journeys. I know you have the second ship coming out just next year, I believe, right? And then you follow with, I think, 4 more, right?
That's correct. So the second ship is under construction, actually, and she's going to be launching next August, and she'll launch actually in the Mediterranean, clearly with Fincantieri, the luxury shipbuilders, building Explorer 2 as well as Explorer 1. She'll launch in the Med, and she'll basically be in the Med until later in the year. She'll move then through to the Western Med and actually through to the Caribbean, because we're going to actually showcase Explorer 2 to the US market. Very important. And we're going to take Explorer 1, who will also be in the Med from June. So we're actually offering about 5.5 months of Mediterranean sailings in 2024. Explorer 1 will move into the Middle East for the winter. And that's going to be wonderful for the British market, of course, wonderful for the American market. And there's some great journeys actually of 9 or 10 nights that really allow you to actually have a pretty immersive experience there, and the ability to visit Petra and Jeddah, etc., etc. So we're really excited about what ships 1 and 2 will do. Ships 3 and 4, we're going to take a pause on delivery in 2025, and then Explorer 3 will be delivered in 2026. She's going to be tiny bit different because, when I say tiny, 19 more meters. The big difference is LNG power. Right. And that's why she's 19 meters longer, because we need slightly more space for the battery packs. We're not going to be adding lots of more suites. So we're very, very focused on not maximizing the space, but optimizing the guest experience. We're only going to offer maybe 5 or 6 more residences, ocean residences. We may even take a few ocean terraces and make them more into penthouses. So the guest count will not increase. What we also have, though, on those guest decks, is another lounge, maybe some larger spaces, maybe
another lounge. You're going to really confuse me now. I don't know where I'm going to be now.
We'll invite you back, and you'll have it. It'll be easy. It'll be an easy one.
I think I'm going to pick one lounge and just hang out for a while.
There you go. Yes, and Explorer 1 is truly environmentally forward. I mean, we all of us have a responsibility to, embrace that travel is a force for good, and that we must leave the world's oceans better than basically find them. And this ship, we have ship-to-shore power. Of course, we have it. The shore needs to have it, so you can't do that everywhere. The paint, defouling paint that we've used, we have arena noise certification, which means the ships, we actually help protect the hearing of the mammals in the oceans. We have the next sort of generation waste management, solutions, etc. So, and we could keep going on. There's a lot, actually, if you're very interested about this, and if you have clients that are very interested in sustainability, we are the brand to talk about. There's a lot on our website about this, absolutely, and my team can also share more. And it's a question I think you should probably be asking: how important is a sustainability focus for your client? And again, if they say very, the information's available. But if they say, well, as long as I know that they're doing things right, but it's not that important, then of course, how to address the conversation.
Well, I do know that there's a lot and information on your company's website about that. And speaking of that, where can travel advisors go to find out more about Explorer Journeys? Obviously, it is the website. Right?
Yes, the website, and of course, I mentioned it earlier, but on the website in the upper right, you've got your travel advisor link, and that takes you directly to your own personal curated travel advisor center. If you're not registered yet, I encourage you to do so. By registering, you're also opting in to receive all of our communications. I hope you're all reading our communications. That's really when you're going to get the next level news. I can't always be talking to James here, so obviously
we could do it every week.
Absolutely, we could indeed. But make sure you're receiving all of the.
Plus, you'll have all your incredible policies and programs that you have for travel advisors that you started, really initiated even from the beginning.
Yeah, we did. We were really bold, and that's because we respect you. We're going to have a long relationship with you. We want you to be profitable by working through us. We have very strong, solid commissions. We have no NCFs. We've created programs like the Pioneer program. Make one booking, and then you unlock, because you're a pioneer of the brand, Make one booking and you unlock those benefits for yourselves and also for your clients as well. We've got lots of information. Make sure you become a pioneer, of course, and use those benefits. If you have some challenges in sort of presenting the brand, use the by appointment plus service or just the simple by appointment service. That's when you can actually schedule a call at the time you want with one of our ambassadors. The plus means you're bringing your client and we do the selling, and it's a very successful service. In fact, a little tip. When you're using as a travel advisor the by appointment plus and we're talking to your client, you're learning.
Right.
It's
a double of training and also a great marketing presentation for your client. So that's www.explorajourneys.com, and look up in that corner and you'll see everything you want to know about Explora Journeys. Now, Chris, it's been great cruising with you here.
Thank you.
We're not supposed to say cruising, actually.
No, it's a journey.
It's a journey. It's been taking a journey the last 7 days that we've been on here. It really was a brilliant launch to a brilliant new ship, Explora 1, and I'm so happy I got a chance to experience it.
Thank you. Well, we're very, very happy, James. Of course, you're a great partner, a great friend to us all. I have an amazing team as well, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you're using them. Basically, we hired the best of the best, and they are thrilled and excited to be working with you all. Don't hesitate to reach out to them, and thank you for embracing the opportunity and recommending us to your clients.
Thank you again, Chris, and I'm James Shillinglaw here aboard Explora 1, and this is Insider Travel Report.